We are here on the state suit for modification of support and to confirm support arrearage. There are no agreements. If I may call Ms. Rappaport.
Okay, hold on, let me. 1 second, Miss Sweet. Yes, ma'am, you may.
Ms. Rappaport, what is your full name?
Leah Rappaport Ecob.
And your child's name?
Jackson David Ecob.
And how old is he?
12.
And do you recall that there was a prior order, the divorce decree from March 8th, 2021 that required Mr. Ecob to pay support?
That's correct.
And do you also understand that the states show that Mr. Ecob is in arrears for child support?
Yes.
Do you understand that as of September 30th, or excuse me, Your Honor, I offer in evidence what's been marked for identification purposes as State's Exhibit A, pay record?
Any objections, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections, Mr. Ecob?
No.
The state's Exhibit A is admitted.
Mr. Rappaport, do you understand that as of September 30th, 2025, Mr. Ecob is in arrears for child support in the amount of $85,137.84?
Yes.
Do you understand that the state is proposing he pay that back at $476 a month beginning November 1st?
Yes.
Are you in agreement to that repayment rate?
Yes.
And regarding the previous support amount from the final decree of divorce, that was child support was ordered in the amount of $3,250. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that was a deviation from guidelines, you understand, because it was above the cap that existed for net resources at that time.
That's correct.
And so regarding the health insurance from that final decree of divorce, it did require Mr. Ecob to carry it through his employer. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Who carries the insurance now?
I do.
And is that at a cost of around $211 per month just to cover your child?
Yes, about that.
And then are you also carrying dental insurance?
I am.
And just for your child, is that around $64 per month?
Yes.
Okay. Are you requesting moving forward that you be required to carry both the health and dental insurance?
Yes.
As it's through your employer, but it's another source because you're self-employed. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm self-employed, 1099.
And are you requesting that Mr. Ecob be required to pay cash medical and cash dental support?
Yes.
Do you understand that that would be based on 9% and 1.5% of his gross income respectively?
Yes.
Okay. And do you understand any additional healthcare expenses would be covered by both you and Mr. Ecob 50-50?
Yes.
And do you know if Mr. Ecob is currently employed?
Yes, he says he's employed.
Okay. And do you have personal knowledge about where he worked before today?
I do. When I was married to him, he did have a job at Kroll Holdings.
And when did that employment end?
I think it was 2021.
And do you have personal knowledge about why that ended?
I believe he was let go because of drug and alcohol issues.
Okay. Do you know what he does now?
He says he's the CEO of Rig Park.
And did you have personal knowledge before today in the breakout room about what that company was?
I had Googled it, so just from what I read online.
Okay. Before today in the breakout room, did you have any personal knowledge about how much he made?
Not really. I mean, he said that he wasn't making, since our last meeting, he said that he wasn't making money, but I didn't really know what that meant if it was zero or if it was, a couple of $1,000s. a month.
And had Mr. Ecob moved since the date of the divorce decree?
Yes.
Right. And do you know where he is now?
Right now he's living at his dad's house in Australia.
And regarding child support, what are you requesting that the child support remain the same?
Sarah, can you help me with this?
Miss
I mean,
Rappaport, the answer has to come from you. What do
okay.
you want? Your attorney will ask you questions later to, you know, elicit answers to help you with that. But the answer has to come from you, ma'am.
Okay. Ideally, I would like child support to remain the same. It would I mean I'm drowning in bills right now, so anything is, at this point, anything helps. But yes, I would like child support to remain the same.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You may proceed, Miss Sweet.
And do you also understand that Mr. Ecob would be billed for court costs by the district clerk of Dallas County?
Yes.
Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Okay. Any questions, counsel?
Yes, Judge. Miss Ecob, is it your belief that Mr. Ecob has remained intentionally unemployed or intentionally underemployed since your divorce in March of 2021?
Yes.
And do you recall the last time you received a child support payment from Mr. Ecob?
It's been over a year, maybe 2 years now. I can't remember the exact date that I got my last. I think the first time he missed child support was January of 2023, and then I got um, sporadic payments in 2023,
Okay.
and then no more in 2000. I didn't get any starting January of 2024 till
Okay.
now.
Gotcha. And to your knowledge, does Mr. Ecob have any kind of physical, mental disability that prevents him from getting a regular 9-to-5 job?
No.
And based on what you learned today, is it your understanding that Mr. Ecob is claiming that he made only $12,500 in 2024
Yes, that's what he said.
and that he's only made $2,000 for the year of 2025?
That's what he says.
And is it your understanding that just a minimum wage job here in Texas could provide someone with more than $2,000 a year?
Yes.
And is it also your understanding that both you and Mr. Ecob, as parents of Jackson, both have a duty to support Jackson?
Yes.
Do you feel that you have been the only parent who is supporting Jackson?
Yes.
And can you briefly explain to the court, or Jackson is undergoing counseling, is that right?
He does. Yes.
Okay. And what are the purposes of counseling to your understanding?
Well, I mean, he has a lot of issues because of feeling like he was abandoned by his father. And so we've been going to counseling for years, dealing with trauma and just grief because of Phil and him basically abandoning his child.
And Jackson's going to counseling once a week?
He does. He took a break this summer, but now he's going again.
And how much is each session?
$125 a session.
So just the cost of counseling alone would be less than the child support amount that, based on minimum wage, that Mr. Ecob.
Yes.
Okay. And let's see, do you recall the last time Mr. Ecob saw Jackson?
Last year for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. He saw him one time, and then he said he was going to see him in a theater production this year a few months ago. And then right before my son went on stage, he didn't show up. So that was the only other time he attempted to see him.
Okay, and around the time of the divorce, when Mr. Ecob was working for Crow Holdings, to your knowledge, about how much was Mr. Ecob making at that time?
I mean, with his bonuses, I think he was making at least 400,000.
Okay,
I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. I mean, I know the year that we got divorced, he got a bonus of at least 120, 130,000 plus his salary.
and what was his salary? That roughly what you can remember?
I mean, from what I remember, maybe it was around 300, 350. It was a long time ago and I never really had access to those numbers, but I think that's what it was.
Okay, and so having Mr. Ecob had made 300 to 350,000 a year, and now he's saying he's only made $2,000 in 2025. It's a big disparity, is correct?
Mm, yes.
All right, no further questions.
Any further questions of this witness, Ms. Sweet?
Yes, Ms. Rappaport, when Mr. Ecob was previously employed, um, do you recall what the job title was that he had?
Yeah, he was a managing director.
Does he have any, do you know what his educational background is? Does he have any degrees?
Yeah, he graduated from SMU from the business school,
Was that a master's or bachelor's?
bachelor's.
Okay. Pass the witness.
No
Any
further.
further- Okay, you may call your next witness, Ms. Sweet.
Yes, I call Mr. Ecob. Sir, what is your full name?
Phillip Ecob.
And did you hear Ms. Rappaport's testimony?
I did.
And what type of degree do you have?
I have a Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Finance.
And where were you previously employed around the time
Hold
of
on,
the
Ms.
divorce?
Sweet.
I
Mr.
need
Ecob, we're having a difficult time hearing you.
I'm sorry.
So if you could
Um,
speak up or
oh,
get closer to the mic, I'd appreciate it.
Sure. Would you like me to repeat that?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah, I have a BBA in finance from
Okay.
SMU.
And around the time of the divorce decree in 2021, where were you working?
At a company called CH Investment Partners.
And how long did you work there?
Well, it's a little bit of a complicated story. There were various spin-outs from the Kroll Holdings enterprise, and so there are three different or separate names for businesses that essentially were affiliates, and then
Objection,
little a
non-responsive, Your
affiliates.
Honor. I'm going to allow the answer. Go ahead, Mr. Ecob.
I'm just trying to be clear on this because there's regulatory, that company's governed by the SEC, and it's important to make the distinction. But essentially, I spent roughly 14 years with the same company.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And when did you stop working in 2021?
February.
And were you let go, or did you voluntarily stop working there?
I'm not sure that's all that applicable. What's
Mr.
important is that I had
Ecob,
a
you don't get to say what's applicable or not. That's my
okay,
job. Okay.
sure.
So
Okay.
just answer Ms.
Yes.
Sweet's question and we'll
Okay.
move on.
You've got it. Can you please repeat the question?
Were you let go, or did you voluntarily leave that position in 2021?
I was let go.
Why were you let go?
I was not given a reason.
And what was your title there?
Senior Managing Director.
And is it your understanding that the 2021 order was based on income you were making in that position?
Yes.
And you have now moved to Armada residence back in Australia, is that correct?
Well, I mean, I hold 3 different passports. So, and the company that I work with now, I can work remotely from. So I've chosen to live in Australia for the time being.
And when did you make that choice?
I've been back here for about 6 weeks, I think, or a month.
And where were you before that?
Dallas, Texas.
Did you travel back and forth?
Yes.
Around how many times a year would you travel?
I think I've traveled back and forth 3 times in 6 months, give or take.
And where do you currently work?
I work at a company called Predictive Logistics, Inc., doing business as Rig Park.
And your current job title is Chief Executive Officer,
That's correct.
and that's been your title for around a month.
That's right.
When you first started at this company, was that in July 2024 as a consultant?
That is correct.
And was your compensation for 4 months of consultancy $20,000?
That is correct. However, not all of that has been paid.
And so you're still
Because,
being paid.
to be clear, just to be very clear, the second part of the compensation package was based upon my ability to raise funds for the company, and that hasn't happened yet. But
And-
once it does, I'll get paid out for the remainder of it.
And so this year you've made $2,000. Is that correct?
That's what I've been paid by the company, yes.
And is that $2,000 to go towards the 20,000 they owe you essentially?
Yeah, it's a portion of it, yes.
Okay. And was there any other compensation as a result of your employment at this company?
No, not in 2025.
What about in 2024?
There are, as part of my compensation package, I have some convertible notes with a total notional value of $30,000. However, they are illiquid, and at present value, they're not worth anything. It depends upon the exit value of the company.
And these are not tradable, is that correct?
Yeah, they're illiquid.
And who did the valuation?
I'm sorry?
Who did the valuation of the notes?
Well, I mean, it's based upon the capital stack of the company. So you have to go through a pretty complex calculation of selling the company to be able to figure out what the value of those notes are worth upon conversion.
But the company did the valuation and put that $30,000 price tag on it. Is that correct?
That's right. But that's just the funded value. So, it's just the notional value of what they were issued at. It doesn't mean that that is the value that they hold.
And do you own any property in either the United States or Australia?
No,
Okay. Are you currently renting?
no. Well, no, actually, no,
So you don't have any rent you're paying per month?
no,
Do you have any utilities?
no,
Do you have a car?
no.
Mhm. So are you living with a relative?
That's right.
Okay.
Correct.
Who do you live with?
My father,
And does your father own the home that y'all are living in?
he does.
Okay. And is he also paying all the utilities?
That's correct.
Do you have sorry, do you pay for your own food and groceries?
Correct.
Okay. Do you have any other expenses throughout the month?
Gee, transportation, clothing, ordinary expenses for any normal person, I guess.
And who's paying for those expenses?
I am.
And when did you receive the $2,000 payment for this year? Do you recall the month?
I received one payment for $750 in January, and I received $1,250 in September.
So as part of excuse me, as part of your compensation package, you received a certain amount of the $20,000, and then the rest you will receive upon obtaining capital for the company. Is that correct?
You've got, let me break it down for you into two different pieces, right? Okay. So if you think about it, there's 20,000 in cash compensation, right, for the 4 months, and there's 30,000 in notes. It's very difficult to determine the value of those notes, like I said, because the notes only become they only obtain value when you go through a priced round, or if there's a change of control or an exit of the business, i.e. it's being sold. So of the 20,000, I'm still owed, I think it's 6,700. It's actually $6,000. But this is all accrued from last year. I haven't been paid anything in 2025. This is all just carried over from 2024.
So, but to get that $6,000, you still have to work there and raise capital moving forward. Is that correct?
Correct.
Beyond that $6,000, that's not when your employment will end. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So once you
Well,
manage the goal, receive the $6,000 because you raised enough capital to receive that compensation, then moving forward, when you continue to work there, raise capital, you'll still receive some sort of cash compensation. Is that your understanding?
well, okay. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here that's all dependent upon things that occurred with the company, right? I mean, as the CEO, I can be removed by the majority of the board of directors. So to say that I'm going to be there long term and that this will work out and I'll get cash compensation, you can't really make that claim because we're a small company, and if we don't raise capital, I won't have a job. I mean, I certainly hope that that's the case, but that's just the reality. I mean, I can be removed.
So are you guaranteed to get that $6,000 if you are removed?
No,
But presumably, once you've received the 6,000, and if you were to continue working there, you would expect some sort of compensation, correct?
I if things go the way that I want them to, then absolutely yes. But there's no way to put certainty around that.
And
I mean, I've worked in this business for a very long time, and I know how difficult you can't measure like how long is a piece of string. Then it's very difficult to handicap whether it's going to be something that's going to be a moneymaker and attract capital from investors, or if it's something that does not attract capital. It's one of those businesses. That's the risk that I took on when I took the role.
And is your company based in Australia?
No, it's based in Beaufort, Georgia.
Um, are you in agreement with Ms. Rappaport carrying the private health and dental insurance for your child?
Well, that's an interesting point, and I don't know all that is involved with this. However, I would like to make it known that I did offer for Jackson's health insurance for me to carry his health insurance, and she denied that offer
But
and
you
dental insurance.
you do not have insurance, health or dental through your employer, though. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Do you currently have insurance for yourself?
I do.
Is that through a government plan?
It is.
So you'd be attempting to carry your child on a government plan as well. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And do you
Once
understand
again, I
any
did not have the option to do that, but I did make the offer. I think that's important to note.
do you understand any additional healthcare expenses not covered by insurance would be covered by you, Ms. Rappaport, 50/50?
Yes.
I believe that's where it was in our divorce decree, yes.
But moving forward, you understand that regardless of the source of the health insurance, that any additional healthcare expenses, you are going to cover 50-50 with Ms. Rappaport.
Yes.
And regarding support, what income are you requesting that it be based on?
Well, I think it should be based upon the amount of income that I've received since 2021. I mean, I had a non-compete that lasted for 18 months. I had to sit on the sidelines. And so, I mean, I haven't had a regular paycheck since February of 2021.
So for this year, it's $2,000. You requesting that your support be based on $2,000 for the past 10 months.
I believe, honestly, that it should be a straight line average from the point that I was unable to pay child support, which was almost double what the state average or the state limit was. And not only that, there's another clause in our divorce decree that I pay $200 for every night that I could not take possession of Jackson if I was traveling or if I had to cancel here and there. And now that had been removed. But I mean, we are so far beyond what was required of me, and I did it out of out of love for my child, one, and caring for him, and two, to be able to get my divorce finalized. But you know, if you look back over the history of time here, I've paid so much money for that child, and I intend to pay it again.
Your
But
Honor,
at the
I'm gonna
moment,
object as to non-responsive at this point.
Objection sustained. Mr. Ecob, can you just answer the questions that Ms. Sweet
I'm
asked?
sorry, please. Yeah, no, I
That's
digress.
okay.
Please ask me the question one more time, please.
So the $200, but that stopped through a modification in 2023. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct, yes.
But that was not paid through the state disbursement unit. That was an additional compensation package paid directly to Ms. Rappaport.
That's correct.
And so regarding your child support past due obligations, do you understand that any new obligations would not begin until November 1st?
I understand.
Okay. So as of September 30th, do you understand that the state is showing that you do owe $85,137.84 in unpaid child support?
I do.
Do you understand that the state's proposing that that be paid back at $476 per month?
I understand that, yes.
Are you in agreement or disagreement with those figures?
I disagree with them. I mean, I don't really know where to go from here.
Do you disagree with the judgment or the repayment?
I disagree with the judgment. Yes, I do.
And is that because you feel that for the past several years since 2021, your child support was too high?
That is correct.
But do you understand that we're not going to retroactively modify your support?
I understand that.
Do you understand that you'll be billed for court costs by the District Clerk of Dallas County?
Yes.
Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Any questions of this witness, counsel?
Oh, yes. Mr. Cobb, you testified previously that you were let go by your employer in February of 2021, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And is it your understanding that the divorce was granted in March of 2021, correct?
I believe it was in February, but it may have been January.
I'll have
It
to
may have
object
been
to
March.
the
I'm not
response
sure.
of Your Honor.
Mr. Ecob, I'm going to ask you again. If you don't know, say I don't know.
I
But
don't know.
she asked you a yes or no question, so you need to give her a yes or no answer. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Assuming that the decree was signed by the judge in March of 2021, that would mean that you were already unemployed at the time of the divorce. Is that correct?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you previously testified that you've only received a total of $2,000 in income this year. How have you paid your living expenses if you're only living off of $2,000?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you also testified that you have traveled 3 times in the last 6 months between Australia and the US. Have you made a child support payment in the last 6 months?
No,
So how are you paying for those flights?
friends and family.
Okay. So the cost of travel to and from Australia is more important than financially supporting your child. Is that true?
No,
Okay. And you understand you have a duty to support your son under the divorce decree, correct?
I do understand that.
And your current employment is considered full-time, is that correct?
No, or yes and no. I mean, it's debatable.
Okay. So if it's not considered full-time, are you allowed to work another job?
I could, yes, I could.
Okay.
Perhaps. Actually, you know what? No.
Yeah.
And I'll retract the previous answer and say, yes, it is full time.
Okay. And you're not physically disabled, are you?
No,
And you're not mentally disabled, are you?
no.
Okay. So what's stopping you from getting a full-time job that does pay money, that allows you to financially support your son?
Well, this job has the potential to pay a lot of money. And that is the reason why I chose to do it. That is the reason why I have a degree in finance and have worked in it for nearly 20 years, is because I know how this business works. And I took the risk reward of taking this job because I believe that it's actually a better outcome for my son.
Okay. And when did you start working for this company?
I believe we've been over that. It was in September of last year.
Okay. So then what prevented you from getting a paying job in 2022 or 2023 or the rest of 2024?
Sure. So for the first 2 years, it was a non-compete.
So what if having a non-compete prevents you from getting any paying job?
No, but I don't have to have a paying job
Objection
if I'm.
non-responsive after no.
Objection sustained.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Any further questions, Ms. Sweet?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Ecob, you say you
Yes,
paid
Your
your
Honor.
child support until when?
I believe it was through 20 towards the end of 2023.
Okay, but you were unemployed in 2021.
Correct. Well, yes, for 10 months of the year, yes.
Okay, and so how did you pay your child support if you were unemployed?
Through savings.
Okay, and you exhausted all of your savings?
I did.
Okay. You said you had a non-compete. You didn't get any compensation package, no retirement that you had paid into, no 401k, no anything when you left there.
Well, I had a payout at the end when I left, and then I had a 401k package that had accrued over, several years. But I exhausted all of that.
Okay. And you exhausted all of that, everything, your 401k, your payout package, your savings, all of that was paid towards your son's child support.
I did as much of it as I could do.
I don't understand. Explain to me what you mean by
I,
that.
I paid child support current until it became an issue for me to be able to survive.
Okay. And so when it became an issue for you to be able to survive, you took the resources you had and you paid for you to survive and did not pay anything towards your child support.
Correct.
Okay. And you said you had a non-compete clause for 18 months.
That's right.
And you did not try to fight that non-compete clause. You just let it ride.
It was as buttoned up as it could be. And I wanted to honor it.
Oh, you wanted to honor it.
Of course, yes.
Okay. All right. Even though it was keeping you from supporting your child, you wanted to honor it.
That is
And
correct.
I know, being an attorney, a judge, I know ain't nothing all that buttoned up when it comes to the law.
I will defer to you on that, Your Honor, because I'm not an attorney.
Okay.
However, I thought it was the
Did you ever
right thing to
ask
do.
anyone's advice about the non-compete clause?
I had an attorney who reviewed that agreement. Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Sweet, can you tell me what the max amount is? Because you say the 3,250 is over the max amount. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, and there is a new guideline cap, if I may have one moment.
Okay.
Apologize, Your Honor, so the new cap. I had the number the other day. Have one moment. So the new guideline cap, Your Honor, is $11,700 for net resources, which would be child support of $2,340.
Is there anything else that anyone else wants to tell me, or any other questions of any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, so it's just a brief closing regarding the health and the dental. If it could be
Yes, go ahead, Ms.
proposed.
Sweet.
Proposed that Ms. Rappaport carry it through another source for the health and dental, and that she be reimbursed the full cost of the health and dental if the court finds that Mr. Ecob's resources reach the capped amount. And that would be $211 for cash medical support and $64 for dental support.
Okay. Anything from you, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from you, Mr. Ecob?
The only thing I would want to bring up, and I'm sure that you have it in your notes, is that I don't have any access to my son.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just thought that
Mr.
would be
Ecob, you're in Australia. It's
if-
hard to have access to somebody in the
Yeah,
United
sure.
States when you move to Australia.
I understand that, but I've been in the United States for a very long time. I've only been over
And
here.
you didn't have any access to him. You had no
No, I
visitation
don't.
rights in
She
the.
has sole custody of Jackson. I
Sole
don't have access to
custody
him.
is one thing, sir. I'm asking you, did you have any visitation rights in the order?
No.
Your Honor, he does. There's several requirements, including a substance abuse evaluation, psych evaluation, reunification therapy before he can exercise visitation, and he hasn't done any of it.
Okay. So, Mr. Ecob, it sounds like that's on you. Whenever you want to have a relationship with your son, you will undergo what the requirements are in that order, and then your visitation rights will be miraculously restored. Okay?
Okay. It's good to know. Thank you.
All right. So this is my ruling. I will order a judgment against Mr. Ecob in the amount of $85,137.84. Order that judgment paid at $476 per month. I will order mom to carry health insurance and dental insurance through an outside source. Order Mr. Ecob to reimburse mom $211 per month for medical and $64 per month for dental insurance. I will order court costs as billed. I will order child support at $2,340 a month. All start dates will be November 1st, 2025. Mr. Ecob, I am finding that you are intentionally underemployed and that you could find a job making more money. And so I am not going to punish Jackson because you have this job prospectively that might make you more money. Okay? That's fine. Nothing wrong with you doing that. But then you have to understand that you have to do whatever you have to do for Jackson to be okay. All right? So that's my ruling. Now that I've made my ruling, I'm not the last word on this. You have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. Miss Sweet, what court is this out of?
The 254th.
This is out of the 254th District Court in Dallas County. That's Judge Kim Brown. She might have a different opinion from mine. Now that I've given you that information, does anyone have any questions?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you all for appearing here today, and you are all free to go.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Uh-huh.